welcome to this week's video. On Monday, that was Christmas, and my mom gave my grandpa a reverse cam, and so I was, as she put it, his service tech. I was the one who installed that. I didn't really record it, so I'm going to kind of gloss over, but what you're looking at right now is just some footage that my mom took of me installing it. The rest of the week I was staying over there, so I rode the quad around and I cleared some trail with my new chainsaw, and I hauled a load of firewood with the quad as well. On Saturday, Leah and I drove back across the state in her Kia. No spoilers, but it went flawlessly, of course. Then on Sunday, I mostly relaxed, but I did get up to a few home-assisted things. That one was easy. We dead? It is completely dead. Yeah, that battery is not in good shape. Cut it again. Here. Well, that's going to need another cut in it once we get this cleared. We'll try right here. Also, you turn it on first, it's not electric. That'll do it. What is that? Is that a scrunchie? Well, the chainsaw definitely needs a new battery. Other than that, it seems to work pretty well. Morning, dear.
In this series of time lapses, you're going to see us salvage some metal from the roof. You're looking at us unscrewing all of the sheets here, and then in a bit, you're going to see us dragging them off the roof. Then we drag them out to our property and unload them all for use in a future shed. The next day, I just decided I wanted to hang out on the property, clear some trails, haul some firewood. However, my mom and dad went back to the other place and tore over the shed, salvaged some lumber, and my mom recorded this video of them pulling it over. Turned out that none of the 2x6s broke, so I guess they spent quite a bit of the rest of the day pulling nails out of them so we can use them in a future project. Anyways, back to tooling around on the property. Today the goal is just to haul some of the wood from various fallen trees back to the cabin. First we gotta go down to the shop to grab some gloves, and then I think we can get on the way. Well, I guess it's a good thing I brought the chainsaw. Raining. Wasn't there a band across here? We kind of need that. Oh well, it is starting to rain now. We're just going to do one load of this and then get back in the cabin. Oh, that's going to go. That's not going to work. Yeah, that might work. See, I expertly parked under a tree so the seat didn't get wet anyways. That was my plan. Yeah, we better take that out if the chainsaw lasts that long. Trailer's a little less organized now. A lot of leaves here. I think maybe if we put it where this fern is, there might be enough tarp. Okay, I gotta get over to this next row here. Okay, we're gonna just start tossing it. Let's see if we have enough tarp to cover this back up now. Oh yeah. Okay, now we gotta go find the strap. Not that much better. Hey, there it is. Be able to reach it. Yeah, here you go. A little wet. Okay, back to the cabin. Should I go the long way? No! Well, I'm very damp. I think it's time for us to get packed up. Get ready to leave. Well, we're all packed and ready to go. Joanna's crammed in there. I can't see out the back because we had to take these 2 plants home.
no big deal. I want to enjoy this time lapse of us unloading all our crap. We get to see just how much stuff we fit in here, minus a human and her 2 bags.
Here I am toggling between the before and after of when Leah's car was loaded versus unloaded. It isn't like it has crazy stiff suspension, but it's still pretty wild how much it was squatting. Alright, all unloaded. Let me go and relax. A large reason that we had such a full car were these plants that my grandma gave us, since she's planning to move soon. Oh, and also, we caught the little guy. We didn't really tidy up too well after we had our little mini Christmas morning here before we left. And then when we got home, we just dumped everything on the floor because we were kind of tired. And so now I'm just going to record a quick little time lapse of us tidying up. Might be a little bit satisfying. Alright, the last thing I'm going to leave you with on Sunday night is I'm going to try and set these up before we head out for our New Year's Eve party. These are Zigbee, which I believe that's a type of connection technology where it makes sort of a mesh. So like if something's really far away, it can send its signal through other devices that are less far away. So like say that this is like our Zigbee hub, and then our light bulbs here and our RGB controllers here. Maybe our RGB controller cannot reach the hub, but it can go, the connection, the signal can go through the light to the RGB controller, if that makes any sort of sense. But anyways, this is actually how it's gonna work, because our hub is in the living room, and then I'm gonna put this bulb in Leah's room, and then hopefully this will be able to get connection, as we have a Wi-Fi one that just does not have a good enough Wi-Fi chip to reach right now. This box got wet while sitting on the porch. I think these were delivered on Friday after we left for the west side, so they've been sitting on our porch for a whole week, and this is wet. So hopefully it still works. I'm gonna dry it off here real quick. Hey, it does work. And it is an RGBW light, so that means it isn't just gonna be that crappy white light when you set it to white. Okay, there we go. So those are in. Let's see if we can go connect those to the Home Assistant. This is me being too lazy to set up my screen cap. Anyways, we just need to go to here, go to Zigbee, add devices via this, searching for Zigbee devices. Oh, a single LED. Area, Leah's room. It's still searching. Oh, there's another one. Sweet. Area, Leah's room. Wait, view network. Oh, this is cool, it shows my network. So this is one of the bulbs, and this is another of the bulbs, and this is the home. And so when you add the RGB, it should go through one of these bulbs to the RGB controller. So this is the location of the RGB. It's really convenient to get to. After a bit of struggling, it is in pairing mode. All right, back to settings, back to Zigbee, add a device. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, I found one. That must be it. Ready to use. Area, bedroom. Let's go to a visualization. So right now they're all connected directly. So it turns out that these light bulbs are actually end devices, which means that they cannot be used to relay data through them. And that makes a lot of sense because they will often be turned off and on by a switch. They won't always be there. However, this is the RGB for the bed, and it is a router device, which means that it can route data through it to another device like this. However, it is far enough away that its connection is bad enough, indicated by this gray line here, that it really just doesn't have enough bandwidth to route data to bedroom. So what I've done is I've ordered some smart plugs, and those should act as more router devices, and I can place them in between, and that should close the gaps in my mesh network. That's it for me this week. I got to play around with the chainsaw, drive back across the state, get some Home Assistant done. Not too bad of a week, really. Thanks for watching. Next week you ought to see me working on the Outback, this thing, and that thing. I can guarantee the Outback because I already worked on it. These two I have yet to get to this week, so you'll have to watch next week's video to find out if I am not lazy.